Hey, it's Jaime with Echo Real Estate Advisors. Welcome back to the channel. Very glad that you are here. If you're new, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. So let's dive right into it. Email drip campaigns. So email marketing, how exciting, right? I know it's not I was being facetious, of course, but it's not the most sexy topic, but yet it is so fundamental for our business. I know that there's chat bots, there's Messenger, which essentially effectively they can be the same thing, chat bots on the Messenger, and there's more automation out there for your business, which is great, but at the end of the day, let's think about it. MySpace is gone. Some other social media platforms that even, what was it? Friendster? Was that the first one? Something like that. Facebook, I'm not going to say it's not going anywhere because chances are at some point it will go somewhere. We have all these other social media platforms that can eventually and most likely will be gone, right? So think of it this way. When you retire or when you're ready to get out of the business, your business in and of itself is going to come down to your database. So the names, numbers, and emails that you hold, that's the value that your brokerage is going to have when you're ready to get out of the business. That's effectively what you're selling. And that's important. That's an important realization. So don't ignore the email component. That is very important for your business. Like I could go off onto the whole business brokerage model and how that works, but that's for another video. So I'm going down rabbit holes. So let's get back to email marketing. To make this work, you do need an email autoresponder. There's some free software out there for a certain amount of emails. If you have a smaller database, you can get away with sending free emails for a little while. There are inexpensive CRM platforms that integrate with email autoresponders or have an email autoresponder component. As an example, LionDesk is a full functioning CRM. It does text marketing, email marketing, and direct mail as well. So that's a very robust one that I would encourage you to check out if you're on the search, or if you're content with your CRM and are just looking for that email autoresponder solution. There are Aweber, iContact, Constant Contact. There's a lot of them. So there is a comparison chart that I've created for real estate agents. So you're going to want to check those out in the description below. With that being said, the reason we need those is because the goal is for these email campaigns to launch automatically after we program them, of course. We don't want to sit behind the computer every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday and type in the emails, keep track of who has received emails on a spreadsheet or on paper. If you're doing that, stop. We don't want to manually have to track this. We don't want to manually have to type all this information. We want it to go. So January or late December, that's when you want to set up your email campaigns for the rest of the year. You want it to initiate and keep going so you can focus your efforts on prospecting, going out and getting new business and pulling in some additional emails, additional phone numbers, additional names, i.e. increase your database so you can continue growing. So how does that manifest itself? Assuming you already have the email autoresponder, at bare minimum, we need to focus on our foundation. And what does that look like? Our foundation is going to look like this. We're going to have our month, and that's going to be January. Then we're going to skip a few months, going to get to July, and then we're going to get to December. And here is our email. You're going to want at least 14 contacts by email. And this is just bare minimum. Some people say 12, one per month. If you have a newsletter, whatever the case may be, 14 is not overdoing it. 14, again, is the bare minimum. There are some brokerages out there. Keller Williams comes to mind. They're out there doing the 33-point touch system, if I'm not mistaken, or it's one of those brokerages that encourages 33 points. And you know what? That is fine. There's not an exact science. You know what works for your business, but you need at least the bare minimum to serve as your foundation. Again, this is what we're working from the outset. Anybody that comes into your email list, they'll know to expect, because you're going to articulate it to them, that they're going to be getting an email here, they're going to get an email here, they're going to get an email here, they're going to get an email here, at the bare minimum. So there is a calendar in the description below to show you what I do in my email drip campaigns, but also there is a texting component. So if your CRM does do texting, which Lion Desk, which I mentioned earlier, does, you're going to want to use texting. And I'll let you know just right off the bat that I use texting for holidays. This is my bare minimum. This is the bare minimum every single year, whether I sold somebody a property or somebody came into my email list last year or the year before that, the year before that. Every single month, assuming they haven't opted out, they are receiving my emails and my texts on holidays. Now you may be asking 2 questions. 1, what is in those emails? 2, why holidays? Why are you texting only on holidays? So let me address the easy one first. Text. I text on holidays because anybody, think of it, even yourself, you're used to receiving texts from friends, family, past associates, coworkers, people that have done business with you. You're used to receiving texts like Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy 4th of July. It's common. It's common. People expect that. They know to receive that, and it's a way to reach out to your past clients or people that expressed interest in buying a home or selling a home in the past. It's a way to reach out to them in a non-threatening way. Hey, I'm just reaching out to say Happy 4th of July. Cool. They could want to engage further by responding, hey, yeah, Happy 4th of July. What's new in your world? That's a common answer, and it's great. But they'll know that you're a real estate agent because you would have told them, and they would have seen your email. So it's a very diffused, non-salesy way to reach out to past clients and past leads, people that may not have done business with you because the timing wasn't right or whatever other factors. So that's why I withhold my text for the holidays. And then the emails, what am I writing in those emails? What is the content within those emails? Know that it's not anything about me. Know that it's not me bragging that I received this sales award, that I received the top producer award, that I'm the best in the city, I'm the best in the country, I'm the best in the world. Not. Why do I keep saying that? Nothing like that. It's content based off of them. It's content that's going to help their business, is going to help their personal lives, is going to help them, and is going to help their real estate that they own. So there's going to be tips on taxes. There's going to be legal tips. There's going to be financing tips. There's going to be ways to take care of your home. There's going to be renter advice. There's going to be just content that's geared towards them that they can use in their everyday lives. Every 7 years or whatever it looks like in your market, people make a move. Whether they sell their home and buy a new home, they're making a real estate move, but they don't need to be current in the market every single month. So a lot of the agents that I work with, they come with the, hey, I'm ready. I have all the emails, templates. I have the newsletters for email. I have newsletters ready to go on my emails. I'm crushing email marketing, but yet their open rates are dismal. In fact, people are just not opening them. They're when we look at the analytics, that's why it's important to have an email autoresponder. They didn't even know that half of their email list have unsubscribed, and the other half have been sending their emails to the spam folder. So this fancy newsletter that you spent a day and a half creating, or 10 seconds ripping off from another agent to send out to your email list, is ineffective and not working. So with the emails that you're sending, send something that's of value to your clients or people that could potentially do business with you. And it doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be, market reports, because again, not everyone is ready to do that. Especially, there's a good chance that people are going to go 7 years, 10 years, 15 years without needing to know the market. And the moment they need to know the market is when they reach out to you. They're not going to go back to your email and it's like, oh, well, what was the market doing 2 years ago? They don't care. It's irrelevant. So email marketing is providing value to the consumer. There's a reason they want to have a reason to open it. You want to give them a reason to open it. You don't want them to expect just a market report from you, or a newsletter that's all talking about interest rates, that's talking about X, Y, and Z. There's a place for that. And in your emails, yes, you can include something at the footer, or just a quick summary chart. But don't lead with that. That's not what it's about. Offer something that's going to benefit them as homeowners. Offer something that's going to benefit those people that are renting or leasing, that's going to benefit them now. Offer something that is going to help their finances. Offer something of value to them. That way they have a reason to open it. So again, this is the most basic way to do email marketing, and by proxy text marketing. But this is a bare minimum. We haven't accounted for phone calls. We haven't accounted for physical coffee dates or coffee meetings, whatever you want to call them. We haven't accounted for those. That's going to be gravy on top. You need to continue nurturing your friendships, relationships, and all of your past clients and all the people that have engaged with you in some capacity. Again, this is not accounting for that phone. This is not accounting for those physical meetings. So you certainly want to infuse those. This is the basic foundation that you can start from. The key is keeping it simple. You don't want to overcomplicate it, because again, when you're ready to exit the business, emails and phone numbers and names is your database, and that's going to be dictating how much you can get for your business when you exit. So this is something that you can't ignore. Now, before you say anything, well, what about those new leads? What about the people that come to me from Zillow, from Trulia, from Facebook, from Google? What happens to those? That's different. Those we can consider active leads. This is more of a nurture campaign. And this is more of a campaign that's going to nurture your database as it sits. So either at some point they had a real estate need that you service, or at some point they reached out but you were never able to connect with them, or if you were able to connect with them and they expressed to you, hey, I'm just browsing, I'm not going to be ready. This is a great way to nurture them. But the active people, the ones that come into you that have expressed a real estate interest by either clicking on one of your Facebook ads or one of your Google ads, they're in a different situation. Those are considered more of active leads. And with active leads, this is when you use a mixture of emails and texts. Within the first 30 days, you want to touch base with them at least 15 times. So with the active, in the first 30 days that they reach out to you, you can contact them 15 times, or at least try to contact them 15 times. And that is a mixture of emails, a mixture of text, a mixture of phone calls, because they shared with you that they were interested in real estate. So they clicked on that link because they wanted the list of homes. So you need to see what that's about, and you want to contact them. Now, this is assuming that they don't ever return your phone call, they don't ever respond to your email, they don't ever respond to your text. So for the first 30 days, you want to make contact with them and understand why they clicked on that link or why they made that outreach, because they clearly had a real estate intention, or there was something that drew them to real estate in that moment. And until you figure out why that's the case, you're just not gonna know. And the last thing you want to do is to reach out 30 days, 15 days later, 30 days later, only to find out that had you followed up, they would have gone with you. But turns out they already reached out to another agent, or another agent reached out to them. They were a bit more persistent, and now they're under contract. So over communicate in the initial outreach from those potential clients. It's okay. You want to understand the impetus for them reaching out to begin with. So over communication is fine. 15 touch points is not all that much. It may look like quite a bit based off of the 30 days, but it really isn't. It's not. I mean, they've expressed interest. I don't know how to do that. Okay. They expressed interest, so find out what it's about. Of course, if they reach out and if you make connection with them, yeah, you're not going to do 15 touches, but essentially they're going to let you know, hey, I was just browsing, no real estate need here. Okay, cool. Then they're off of the active campaign, and they stay on our nurture campaign right over here, right there. But if they let you know, yeah, I am actively looking, I am looking for this type of home in this area, well, at that point, you're sending them properties to look at. Hey, yes, I am interested. I am trying to sell my home in the next 2 months. Well, fantastic. Let me run a CMA, create a CMA for you, and let's have a conversation. So, again, email marketing and drip campaigns, whatever you want to call them, they don't need to be that hard. Actually, I encourage you to keep them as simple as possible. Start your foundation and know that your clients are at least going to be emailed this amount of times and texted this amount of times, and then build from there. So this business is seasonal, not only from the aspect of buying and selling homes, but also in our personal lives. Sometimes we're very on top of our calls. Sometimes we're very on top of our emails. Sometimes we're not. So this is a good way to at least have that minimum, have that foundation to build from. So be cognizant of that. Keep it as simple as possible. And that's it. Please feel free to let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Feel free to check out some of the other videos in this channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video. Lastly, join our growing Facebook group full of content to help grow your business.